beware people who tell you exactly what you want to hear. You could be getting manipulated and you don't even know it. We all know these people who are street smart instead of book smart. When nothing gets past, they read on facial cues and having a good understanding of human behaviours, and therefore how to single people out, how which tactic applies to which person. Like, well, for me, per se, if somebody was to tell me how awesome I am, that I'm good looking constantly, there has to be a point where I'd actually go, yeah, sure, I'll help you, I'll do this, I'll do that. Whereas if you were to do that with, like, say, someone like our mom, she'd be like, what are you after? You know, it just depends which manipulation tactic works well with different people. Sometimes it's the poor me, the sympathy card, and people who do have a good heart will go out of their way to invite them in their house because they think it's awful that they are going to spend Christmas alone. Basically, and this is what every good therapist tells you, you need to go by gut instinct. But we are not all street smart and go by gut feelings. Therefore, it puts us at a disadvantage. What these street smart people have in common is they are in touch with their bodies, therefore their gut feelings, and they're in environment, like where they are at a pub or a park, and how to, like, you know, like, get out of the situation. Maybe they've noticed a man with a dog and, you know, they just go up to the dog and start petting it and then ask that man to keep walking with them because there's a crazy person just right over there, you know. So some people can use what is in their environment to help them if it is at all possible. Okay, how many people have told you about a certain person? I don't like him, or there is something about her that's off, and the rest of us are flabbergasted, telling this person who is telling this to us, oh, this is how she always is, or you don't even know him, give this person a chance. And then as time goes on, something horrible happens, and then you get reminded of what this person said to you in the first place. Do you know why? They know a rat when they smell one. Not all of us can. Some people think, oh, but we are helping this person. But how can another person know exactly what type of a person this person was when it was you willing to take a chance on this person? So I think it's time for us to get smart. What do I mean by that? Get in tune with your body and see how each person around you makes you feel. Do you feel comfortable? Do you feel uncomfortable? Can you be yourself? Can you be yourself with this person? Do you feel that you are holding back? Are you trying to impress this person, to make this person like you? Do you really like a person but they don't particularly think much to you? Get in tune with your body. Too many times, particularly people of domestic abuse, have these feelings before they even get into a relationship, but they choose to ignore them and pass them off. And you don't want to be in that situation, or where that person has to get cruel, unkind, nasty, or even hit you. But before we get into any of that, we need to get smart ourselves. It usually comes with life experience, and there are people the complete opposite who walk around believing that everybody is going to screw them over. It happens when a person's trust is broken that many times. They think all men are going to screw them over, or all women are manipulators and will in fact screw them over, because I do subscribe to Coach Corey Wayne, and half of the men who are on this website will actually get quite angry when they talk about women, because they just trust is gone. And I've actually spoken to guys on this particular site who have to go through their partner's phone and check to make sure she's not cheating. But I feel if that's the way that they go forward, they won't have any enjoyment out of life. I think, and don't quote me entirely, but I heard something that Emma Bunton once came out with, which was a piece of advice. You can't go through life not trusting anybody. to go with your gut instinct. Sometimes it is wrong and you experience sadness, or sometimes it's right, but that way you will always be true to yourself. I think it helps if we, so to speak, learn off the masters. When a new person is invited in to your group of friends, right, do you engage with them and hate them as they come, or do you observe them? Research has shown that people who are not actively engaging the individual are better at finding out how this person operates, and people where trust is everything to them, they feel safer the more that they know about this person. This is usually why they help people keep your friends close but your enemies closer, because they need to know, they need to work out how this person thinks, how this person operates, and until they feel that they can predict how this person is going to react, will they actually start to trust them or feel a bit safer? What also helps is good listening skills. Because if you talk and talk and talk, and everybody is going to know you within the first 5 minutes, or if you listen to a person talk about their selves, you will gain little clues and how they think and who they are, who they actually are. And most people love to answer questions about their selves. People who don't, they will give you another question because they are more reserved and they want to keep themselves to themselves because of reasons that person hasn't earned their trust, and at the moment they are thinking, is this person a friend, or is this person going to be an enemy? Because if this person is going to be a person that they can't trust, they're not going to open up. They're not going to, reveal things actually about themselves. For example, if you talk about how Yankee candles are the best thing ever made and somebody buys you one for your birthday, how touched, how moved would you actually be that this person has gone and bought this for you? Be an observer of people. It is not to manipulate, it is more so that you don't get manipulated. And when you recognise it for what they are doing, for what it is, your brain clocks onto it, and that way you're not fooled. Be aware you always have a choice. I have had a couple of occasions in my life where I have blamed other people, and occasionally somebody has turned around, laughed in my face and told me, you actually did have a choice. And I'm flabbergasted because I'm that stunned. I can't think at all. And when my brain catches up with me, I'm actually like, did I have a choice? I don't recall that. When I'm told it is in your best interests to do this, whatever, or you're going to do this, or I'm going to withdraw my support, well, your first reaction is, no, don't. Okay, I will do it. But then you resent them even more because you're doing something that you don't want. This is a manipulation tactic. This is a huge red flag. And do you know what the answer is? A lot of coaches on YouTube will actually tell you to become independent, be self-reliant, because what would happen if they took that support away? Think about it and come up with ideas about what you can do. If that means getting up earlier to catch a taxi, or manage your own money, become interested in how much is going in and out of your bank accounts. Now, I know that's easier said than done for some people. If something is that complicated, it goes straight over my head. It is better if things are broken down in simple steps, and that way you can, understand what is actually going on, because the last thing you actually need is somebody else controlling your money. And this is to make sure that you're not dependent on anybody. So therefore, if they threaten to take that support away from you, which is in my mind emotional blackmail, you need to go, okay, that's fine, I will take care of it. I'm pretty confident to take care of it. And of course, they're going to be like, well, you're just a child. You're stupid. You can't do that. And this is where they want you to doubt yourself. Never doubt yourself in front of a manipulator. never doubt, because when they can do that, that is how they know they can reel you back in. Surround yourself with people that you people who want to help you and actually, make you feel cared for and all this business, because you're not going to get that off a manipulator. So when they pull that rug away, you have two legs and people that care about you to fall back on. And I was thinking about something. I was thinking about loose women, which was a topic about using punishment for your kids, and Adia actually beautifully puts it, if I can't make you agree with me or make you understand me, I am going to hit you. Also, I watch Coolie Hanks in interviews. Now, not any people in England know of her. She is one of the top therapists in America, and she was talking about children at the time, but we can apply her logic here. A smack is signed for short-term obedience, and I think it is wrong and horrible that people actually do this to grown adults, that they feel the need to threaten them. This is abuse, and you do not have to take it. And I think there has to be times where parents should get punished, or anybody else, because it's abuse. There is such a thing as emotional, psychological abuse. I am a member on a narcissistic support group, and one thing which it has helped me is to go through the scenario of how the conversation is going to go with this other person. Say, for example, if your mom guilt trips you can, but the thing, okay, you can never change other people, but you can change how you react to them. And at times, if you go through the conversation mentally and then you're like, that is mum using her guilt trip to make me go to the shops for her, so that that's her manipulation tactic, and therefore you can expect it, because when you know what to expect, which is again being an observer of other people, for some reason it doesn't seem that bad. So I also want to make another point, because I have a speech problem, and this was and roughly This was roughly when I was about 15. I was given a sheet with lots of things to repeat, and one of the things was, I am going to speak slower than the person I am speaking to. In that way, I will have control of the conversation. And guess what? We can also apply logic here too. Because if a person is shouting and screaming, are they in control of the situation? The calmer a person is when they are actively trying to ruffle some feathers, the more you can be not bothered, which means you're in control of the situation. Because they want a reaction out of you, and if you're not giving it to them, then you are in control. The second you get angry, whatever else, you're not in control. But when you begin to identify your emotional triggers, because they will throw anything at you, and also sensations in your body when it is happening, when you can aim these things like, oh, I'm hot, oh, my chest is hurting, you can, back to my original point, get in touch with your body. And one thing I have learned is, if you take a breath and slowly breathe, because I've had to tell myself around my family to calm down, because I don't know how, but when they start going, it feels like an attack. It don't feel like a discussion. So I have to breathe, and when you calmly do it, because if you, and this is how, they don't even know what it is that you're doing. But when you calm yourself, when you can breathe, you can get a clearer head, and when you calm yourself, you can be in control of the situation better than they are. Because if you help yourself to calm down, it's not going to work, because you're not calm. Focus on your breathing, and learn to act to the situation. Try not to react, because when you take that breath and it calms the flight or fight response, you can be in control of you and your actions and your thoughts. And this was something that I read ages ago. You can't control other people, but funnily enough, you can control yourself and how you react to situations. Stay focused. Remember, you control you. You are not responsible for how other people react. You don't have to please them, because I know if I do, and I do it, I feel like I've betrayed myself. So we take our control back and try because it's a working progress, who be aware of all the manipulation that goes on around us, and we can see it for what it is. Remember, you always have a choice.